Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing important messages from your spirit guides. And to do this reading we are going to be picking three, oh look at these, three cards together. Let's see what they are. Okay, so for pile number one you have the comforts of friendship. For pile number two, you have the company of trees. And for pile number three, you have self-initiation. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number one, you have the carnelian, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number two, you have the blue apatite, and this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number three, you have the moonstone, and this is what your crystal looks like. It's shining bright today, almost looks like an opalite. There. And this is what your crystal looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these three piles or three crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, or maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition, as I always encourage you. It is your magic that always guides you and leads you to the right readings. There is no such thing as too little when picking the piles, or too many. Whatever it is you are drawn to, there are messages there for you. And as always, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi pile number one, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful carnelian, as well as this really comfortable card. It says the comforts of friendship. What a cozy card indeed. So let's see how this card fits into your reading. And as you know, today we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. I felt really drawn to this deck as I was starting your reading. So let's see how it serves us in terms of your message. Okay, that is shuffled. Let's now pick one card from each of these oracle decks. So we have one, and then we have another one here, and finally one chakra card. There we go. Wonderful. All right, so let's see what your messages are, my dear pile number one. You have delight. Ooh, what a way to start your reading on a positive note. Beautiful. Okay, so a lot of comfort here. You see the home, you see comfort with people. I wonder what this is going to lead to, but definitely comfort here is a theme. And you have anger. Did you notice it came out in reverse? I usually don't read reverses, but this is quite interesting. I'll keep that in mind. You have anger. All right. And finally, we can keep it like this, and we can put the other one next to it. You have confusion, and this is the crown chakra. How interesting. Okay, let's keep that here. And let's now check out your tarot cards. So You have the Seven of Cups. Looks like Alice and the rabbit hole here. You have the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. You know, I heard something like instantly when I saw this Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups, and I saw the pig here. I remember the saying, don't offer pearls to the swan. I don't know why it instantly hit me when I saw this card. But again, I'll keep it in consideration. You have the Eight of Wands, the Five of Swords. Looks like the last card is adamant about getting out. So let's take these two cards. You have the Queen of Pentacles. And you have the Eight of Pentacles. So, what are we seeing now? Now, the first card that is grabbing my attention is this one. First of all, because these two are lining, that's where my eyes are being drawn. But second of all, it's because I'm seeing fireflies in the Eight of Wands, meaning that this is a message of something that could be tempting, something that could be enjoyable, but it's quick to finish. I don't know why you have that, but it's here. Something that can happen very quickly or maybe satisfy you in the moment, but then it goes away very quickly. Let me check how this expression is said. Hold on. Don't give pearls to the swan. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Exactly. And I see you, you know, taking something away with the King of Cups. This tells me, you know, it could be regret in that case. Especially with the monster here. It could be you being angry, feeling good in the moment, and then you may regret it. So there are different messages here pertaining to the same thing. I get what's going on here. This reading is talking about someone who's so close to you with the comforts of friendship, my dear pile number one. Obviously, you have a very strong bond and you're very comfortable around each other and you have a wonderful time together. But obviously, sometimes this other person would anger you. I think the anger is coming from feeling like you would tell them something and they wouldn't respect it. Maybe they don't understand. Like you would tell them a story and they won't listen to you properly. Or it could be you sharing something important to you, but maybe it's not important to them. One way or the other, they mishandle something, whether they mean it or not. But on the other side, this person obviously means a lot to you, and there's a beautiful, strong bond between the two of you. I think with the Seven of Cups, what could frustrate you with this person as well is you can get lost, just like Alice in Wonderland, with, you know, them popping from different holes, you know. Maybe this is about, you know, what this is reminding me of. Like you would have a conversation with someone and you're trying to tell them something so deep and they ask a question here and they move to this and they move to that. Perhaps that could be the thing. They keep moving and popping and they lose the whole point. Maybe something or the sort here frustrates you with this person and it makes you super angry. And once you get into that anger, you start feeling clouded, and that's also the energy of the Seven of Cups. And you lose it, obviously. You really do. And you start unleashing your anger. It's very tempting for you. You feel in control with the Queen of Pentacles at that time when you know, blame them and shout at them. Maybe shout is a big word, but maybe you're like, you blame them and you're really angry at them and you challenge them and you perhaps become hurtful without meaning to. And while your concern is absolutely legit, and that's why you have this Eight of Pentacles here on its own, while your concern is absolutely legitimate and there is something going wrong here with the other person. Wrong is a big word, but maybe they're really genuinely not either being empathetic with you, or maybe they're not respecting something that you respect a lot. There's definitely something here that with the Knight of Wands, they're doing without thinking, you know? Maybe their temptation is taking the best of them as well with the Knight of Wands. Maybe they're like, they get bored too quickly, although they have to respect the fact that you're sharing something from the heart. Or maybe they judge too quickly, or maybe they do genuinely jump from one topic to the other and they're not allowing you to say what is important for you. Whatever it is, there is something that you're presenting that is so worthwhile, just like the pearls, and they don't understand the value of it, which truly enrages you. And I see you instantly regret here. You pull back with this specific King of Cups to bring balance. So one good thing that you're doing is that you are very good at setting your boundaries. There's no question about that. That is definitely right. I see that your spirit guides here want to tell you that it's about how you handle the situation. Because first of all, this anger clouds you and it affects your crown chakra. You know, you don't want blockages around your crown chakra. It hinders your intuition, and it could bring imbalance, perhaps like disturbing how you're able to figure things out. In all cases, you don't want blockages here. That's the first and most important thing. And you don't want to ruin such an amazing friendship that's going on here, because it's tempting to do that in the moment. See, with the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, you're being guided to find balance. That's the common factor between the king. In general, the kings and the queens are all about balance of something. And I see your spirit guides telling you, although it's super tempting in the moment to just fight back and speak about this in a very strong way, you could perhaps affect a wonderful connection and some peace going on with you and this person, especially that you provide this beautiful hominess and coziness to each other. And so Eight of Pentacles shows someone, literally training someone. And so this tells me, have the patience to not just speak to someone, but to train them calmly. Like when they start doing whatever it is annoying here very quickly, you don't want to follow your emotions with the King of Cups, with the cups here, and pull away instantly and start following the anger. I really see your spirit guides telling you to be patient and not to let go and allow them to do that, but to stand tall and say, hey, right now, what you're doing would otherwise lead to us arguing when we love each other's company. And I would really rather you wouldn't do it this way, because you're not allowing me to share something precious with you. You're losing the point. You're doing this, you're doing that, and that's unfair to me. And so you want to speak to them, you want to train them, as in remind them and show them how they can express themselves without being unfair or unempathetic towards you. Especially here that this person seems to be so close to you. It doesn't seem like they mean to do that, because look, as you're pulling away, there is a figure here going, no, you know? So they don't want this to happen, and they already know that it would be upsetting for you. And I believe that your spirit guides are saying training and being patient until it actually happens will relieve the both of you, where one party will realize how important this is to the other party, and so with some reminders and some maybe rules set in place, or some agreements would be a better word, set in place where you would remind each other, will be much better than acting out or being harsh to each other, because any tight bond, you know, it can take a lot of hits, but at the end of the day, at some point it's going to be so wounded, the connection is not going to be able to endure any more hits any longer, and then it could be very hard to make these adjustments within your connections. So yeah, I truly feel this is what your spirit guides wanted to show you in today's reading. You know, enjoy your connection together. This is something for you to value, but at the same time, it's super important that you do stand up for yourself, and this behavior is actually not good at all, and you have every right. And so it's the way you're being guided to handle the situation, and by being patient one time after the other, calmly reminding this person that this is unfair, and to remind them of your agreements rather than being harsh. Rightfully so, I understand. We all go through this. And we learn. You will find that this is the best way to handle this, my dear pile number 1. Remember, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastery. So this definitely signifies that you both are going to master how you communicate with each other with regards to the things that annoy you from each other. You know, in every connection, there are pet peeves. There are things that aren't exactly as we're not perfect. And it's important that we speak to each other and we set like agreements and remind each other until it just balances out and it goes well. Do you see how this person feels cold? I think your spirit guides are telling you that this type of anger maybe leads to you guys not speaking to each other perhaps, and it's very cold when that happens, and there's no need to go through all of that, because as tempting as it is to just let it out, it could be harder later on, and to rescue that or to remedy that, it is much better than that in the moment, instead of firing off with the fireflies, to remind this person and to let them know that the trouble is about to happen. You know, you want to be fair to each other. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see as your important message from your spirit guides. It seems like there is a great emphasis with regards to this person that is deep and dear to your heart, and so you are to them as well. And I think your spirit guides really wanted first to help you not form some sort of blockage in the crown chakra, as well as not having to go through some cold times, and to save a beautiful connection like that. My dear pal number 1, this was your reading. I truly wish you all the best of luck with this person. May you always be happy. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pal number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile number 2, welcome to your reading. Oh, I didn't get your tarot deck, hold on. All right, there we go. So my dear pile number 2, you were drawn to the Blue Apatite, as well as this beautiful card that says the Company of Trees. Love this card. Let's see how it fits into your reading. And as you know, today we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. Okay, so let's keep your tarot deck actually to the side and pick out one card from each of these oracle decks. Looks like you've got 2 here from this one, 1 card from this one, and finally 1 chakra card. Let's see what you get. No, you get 2. Okay, so let's see what this is all about. You have joy. Love this card for you. You see bees working. You see someone here working to plant these flowers, making them blossom. We see a book, and we see there's so much in this card. Joy, home. Oh, these are actually 3. Right, so you have willingness. How about we put them right next to each other? Joy, willingness. So again, so much here. I'm gonna leave it to interpretation as we see your cards. And finally, you have trust. Oh, were you not able to see your cards? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna bring the others out very quickly. So this is willingness. And this is joy. Okay, so these are the 3 oracle cards that you got. You also have, it's the same card that appeared in pile number 1. You have anger. Interesting that 2 emotions are lining up right under each other. You have the throat chakra with expansion. And you have impatience. Again, the throat chakra. Interesting, really. I think I'll pull out your tarot cards. This way we get a better idea of what the situation is here and what your spirit guides want to tell you about it. Okay, so you have the Strength card. The Tower, the Hermit, you have the 6 of Swords, the Sun card, and finally you have the Knight of Wands. It's definitely about speaking up with regards to something. I mean, 2 throat chakra cards, what are the odds? I'm seeing something very interesting here. With impatience here, you have slower energy with the 6 of Swords. This is moving slowly to calmer water. So it's kind of, in a way, opposite to what we're seeing with the impatience here. And then we have an open book here, but then a closed one right there. The Tower is definitely reminding me of being triggered because you have anger here and we have that the thunder element. So putting this together, especially with the open book and the closed book and the throat chakra, I think this is guiding you to be open with someone rather than being closed, because you seem to be alone here. At the end of the day, there's definitely guidance on speaking with wisdom, because in both the throat chakra cards, there's an owl at the top of an elderman, and elderman represents wisdom again. So it's kind of like speaking with wisdom. But what is this about? Being open about how you're thinking? I think this is talking about suppression of anger. Suppression of anger. And your spirit guides are really guiding you to break the ice or break the silence and express the things that are bothering you and your anger, but wisely. Be open, have the willingness to share your mind, what you're thinking about, because you have a lot of thoughts that have grown and are ready to be shared. Give a peek, at least, even if you don't want to share everything, give a peek, allowing them to see where you're at or what you want to, what you're thinking about. This is obviously a person who you want to talk to for one reason or the other because something's bothering you. Think, for example, you want to, because there are bees. So this could be someone in your work or your manager or a colleague. You want to talk to them, but maybe you're afraid of ruining the relationship. Maybe you're afraid of letting them know how you feel. With the Tower card, you feel like perhaps it's bolder than what you can do, something like that. But I see your spirit guides really telling you, don't take a side with the Hermit here. Maybe you're choosing not to talk to them and being on your own instead, to maybe protect your boundaries. And so with a closed book like that, it may not be healthy in the long run because you can drift apart. Slowly but surely they drift apart. Yes, they will respect your boundaries, and yes, they will see you as a strong person because you stood there strong. But I'm really seeing your spirit guides guiding you to be more open with the Sun card, because with the openness, you are going to find this relief. Have the willingness to share. You know, they don't have to see everything you're thinking about all of a sudden, but it's like letting them take a peek into your mind or how you see things, instead of like taking a side. And with impatience here, it's like don't say everything, but at the same time, don't keep it enclosed either. Have the wisdom to express yourself and say what is important without having to expose everything out, because you, at the end of the day, you don't know if this person is going to respect what you're saying, if they're gonna... Guys, I just got a phone call right in the middle as I was talking, which further emphasizing the idea that your spirit guides want you to make that call or want you to at least communicate, to open up. And you see you have the moon here and the sun, where we can see you being represented as keeping things to yourself, and you have the anger here piling up. And you have the Sun card here, which may make you feel afraid to open up. You may be afraid to open up, but it is the more positive return, or the most positive result, being open up. And you see with the Knight of Wands here, it does show boldness. The Knight of Wands goes after what they want and nothing stands in their way. They're not afraid. They just do it. You know, it's the just do it energy. Exactly. And so you can really see your spirit guides telling you to be strong and to just open up and talk. Maybe you don't have to share everything in your mind if you don't feel comfortable, but at least give them a peek and shed some light on the things that are bothering you, the things that you don't like. Communicate and say what is upsetting you, because only through this wise communication, slowly letting things out in a strong manner, for sure, will definitely make you be seen in a positive, strong light. And you're going to feel very positive. What you're worried about may happen in the first few seconds in terms of how you feel. You know, you might get that hit of fear in the first few seconds. You may not even, but at the end of the day, it's just a few seconds. It's going to overall be a very positive experience. You can see here again, the guidance of speaking up, using your throat chakra to speak up, and really it will get the best results. In terms of opening up, being very open is going to bring you joy, but I'm seeing the idea of not doing it right away. I'm seeing with the Six of Swords, slowly but surely building up towards that idea, making your points clear. Don't rush to say everything. Organize and think about your thoughts very well before you give them that peek. And little by little, you'll be able to share exactly what you want. In fact, I see in this throat chakra, it kind of looks like an egg. So it's kind of like impregnating, doing things slowly as a process. Impregnating the egg would be, you know, first start giving an idea about what it is that you want to talk about. Let it grow, and then maybe you want to open up about more things that you want to share. I'm getting the idea with wisdom here. It's not about rushing, especially that it's so clear with the closed book and the open book. It's really a process where you want to like plant an idea. Exactly, plant an idea, letting it grow so the person can start seeing what you're seeing, and then discussing it even more and more and more, and growing just like the tree, helping the other person grow with your idea. Because just as you took time for you to notice these things, it will take this person some time also to notice these things. And so allow this person to take that time by not oversharing at the very beginning, but giving them an idea. And then as you see that they're starting to notice what you're talking about, you can start increasing and sharing more. And at the end of the day, it's going to be very beneficial and you'll feel very happy. And with willingness, I see that the other person is willing to see, you know, they're willing to take a peek into your mind. Because to them, they don't know what's going on in there. They'll be very willing to listen to you and to see what you have to share, especially if it's done slowly but surely. And it's going to result in you being in a powerful position and them seeing you as a very strong, positive person who knows how to stand up for themselves and speak up for themselves in a classy and graceful way. And at the end of the day, it's really going to relieve you and make you feel happy. So yeah, the biggest advice here is to not take these feelings to heart and, you know, to experience them on your own, to leave. It's more of trusting the process and starting to share and communicate with this person, especially that the phone call came right in the middle of the reading when I was talking about maybe you're afraid of this, maybe you're afraid of that. Phone call came in where your spirit guides almost trying to show me, no, tell them, communicate, talk to this person and say what's on your mind wisely and surely, slowly but surely. And you will see that although this person is very curious and willing to know what's on your mind, too much closeness will, like I mentioned, drift you apart. So yeah, bring it all out, my dear pile number 2. And although it might sting a little bit in the beginning or feel like some butterflies in the beginning, it's really gonna go away and you will be building your points slowly, because you see there are bricks here. Building your points slowly so the other person can see what you're seeing. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as your guidance from your spirit guides. I'm not sure exactly what your situation is, but my heart is with you. I wish you the best of luck. And I know you're going to be speaking up surely, slowly but surely, and you will make your point and you will be relieved. My dear pile number 2, I wish you all the best of luck. Like I said, in this situation, my heart is with you. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hey pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful moonstone. as well as the card Self-Initiation. So let's see how this card fits into your reading today. And as you know, we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. This will be the tarot deck that we will be using for your reading today. And on the table are 3 oracle decks in which we are going to be picking one card from each deck for your specific reading. Let's start with that. So what is your message from your spirit guides? My dear pile number 3, what is your important message from your spirit guides? We'll be taking one card from here. And then finally, one card from the chakra deck. I think you have 2. There we go. All right, so let's reveal your oracle cards first. You have understanding. Okay. You have hunger. And look at all this yellow, similar to the card up top. Very interesting. You have, it could also be the solar plexus. Before we even take a look at the chakra cards, could also, looks very much like the solar plexus, like you're hungry for something, you're hungry for some sort of achievement. Perhaps there's complacency on the other hand with the root chakra. Okay. And finally, you have wisdom with the heart chakra. All right. Let's now take a look at your tarot cards and see the full picture. So I'm going to take one card from here. One looks like 3, and then we'll take the rest up top. So you have the King of Wands. Look, I feel like direction here with this King of Wands. You have, ooh, look at that. You have the 6 of Wands, and this looks like social media. Do you have a plan with social media? Do you want to do something with social media? Very specific, but it's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a lot of likes and hearts and love and Miss Universe and live. I think if you want to do something on the internet or on social media, your spirit guides are definitely telling you people are going to love you. Pile number 3. So if you're definitely thinking about that, and it's like you want to achieve something here, it speaks to your heart, you know? Self-initiation means go for it. Definitely don't go for it without thinking. And it doesn't have to be social media, although it's absolutely depicted here. It really could be anything you're hungry to achieve. Hungry is like you value, you want to achieve it. It's calling for you. The right word is that it's definitely calling for you. You feel it's just right to do it. Please, my dear pile number 3, your spirit guides are, you see the communication here in the King of Wands. They're confidently telling you, go for it, pile number 3. You're going to be loved, appreciated, and there's going to be a lot of success with the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is also a card of popularity, so there's success, popularity, or rather recognition for what it is that your heart is telling you to do. And the reason you have wisdom here, it means that you want to do it for a reason. You know, it's speaking to your heart now, and you feel it for a reason. There is a reason you feel you should go ahead and do something. So please start. With self-initiation, it's more like don't wait for other people to do things for you. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Don't wait for anything to be perfect. It is about starting now, my dear pile number 3. You have the 9 of Wands, I see. What does it say? Oh, pile number 3, your spirit guides are the sweetest. Do you see that? You can do it. Do you see that? If you're worried, perhaps the complacency here, the lack of action may be coming from some negative thoughts with the rain here that may not be true at all. And they're weighing very heavy on your heart, you know, or maybe this it may not be negative thoughts. It could be a lot of responsibilities. Maybe you have so many things to do and it's already tough. And how are you going to find the time to do it? It could be that. Whatever it is, at the end of the day, the Nine of Wands is about standing up for yourself, being courageous, you know, pushing through, although it could be difficult. So that your spirit guides is definitely telling you, whatever it is that you're worried about or whatever it is that is standing in your way, still get up and do it. You might feel like the opportunities are locked with the door here, that there's no way to do that. But remember, pile number 3, this message is, or this desire is speaking to your heart and soul for a reason. And it doesn't want you to be complacent. I'm sorry. It wants you to get up and make this wish happen, because you see the wishing well here. You are meant to receive this wish. It's going to start and it's going to happen and it's going to absolutely succeed the second you decide, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go for it and follow your heart, because we have a yellow heart, which is the combination of the heart chakra and the solar plexus. Following your heart's desires will make you do it. You know, it looks to me like you are someone who has a full calendar, so many responsibilities in life. Also, there are pills here, so you could even be feeling super tired. And I will tell you here that your solar plexus will give you the power that you need to go through this, especially to push through in the beginning. So, although it could look theoretically from the outside as very hard to apply or very hard to push through, you will be surprised, my dear pile number 3, at the amount of power you're going to get to be able to achieve that. Just take the first step, really. Don't let this beautiful dream die. You deserve to have this, my dear pile number 3. It's waiting for you. You are meant to achieve this. And I genuinely see your spirit guides here telling you with the King of Swords, go for it, pile number 3. Go for it. Your heart is yearning for it for a reason. Yeah, please go for it, my dear pile number 3. Is it for some of you, I'm just curious, like 2:45? Because if it's 2:45, this is definitely a message for you. It would be a really interesting synchronicity, right? If it is, please share with me. I would love to know if this synchronicity is actually happening with you guys. And what day is that? Can I see it? No, wait. I'll try to see it under like a magnifying glass. I'll be back. Nah, it was just gibberish. But perhaps this looks like maybe the 27th of a month. Maybe the 27th is an important day for you. Or maybe you're being guided to start it on the 27th this month. Of course, take it as it resonates, but I kind of feel urgency from this reading. Like urgency in time, urgency in the number of days. I feel like your spirit guides are telling you don't waste any more time because it is affecting your root chakra, you know. It is something that you're supposed to do and it's dying out. So it's taking a part of you with it as well. It's something that you're definitely supposed to achieve. So go right ahead for it, my dear pile number 3. You have the Sun card. You can see positivity right there. You have the Page of Wands, and I see it like it's going to be so much fun for you. All the yellows here. It is going to turn out to be something that you will absolutely love. So there's no reason to wait any longer. I really see that your spirit guides are saying, that's it. No more waiting. No more feeling bad about it. You will never know unless you try. You will never know that you can do it and that you have the capacity to do it and that you will be assisted unless you try. And you have the Hermit here. You also have the Moon card. And finally, whoa, you have the Magicians. Look at that. 3 major arcana explaining the situation. And so this is definitely a major situation with a major result. And so, if you continue to imagine it without stepping into it, you will see that your mind will distort it and won't really allow you to see the situation in the correct manner. The more you're away from it and thinking about it with understanding here, stepping away and just thinking about it, your mind's going to distort it and make it more scary than it necessarily is. And it might make you feel like you won't be able to achieve it. Remember, these are all, as your reading here is suggesting, from your spirit guides. These are all distorted thoughts. They're not the reality. The reality here is that it's going to be super positive. And not until, with the Hermit here, you actually take the time to at least plan it. With the moon phases, it's more about planning, when am I going to start? Or this could be routine as well. What time will I give this goal or dream every day? How many hours? How many minutes? When am I going to start working on it? Because you see the computer here is locked. And this is the divine time to begin this. So I really feel your spirit guides are telling you, take the time to plan it, to think about it, and take it easy on yourself. And you will see that as you start working on it, things are magically going to work out. You know, you do one little thing and major results happen. You do one little thing, and that's what I felt with the solar plexus here. You know, on paper, it may look like it's hard, but once you step into it, you're really going to feel like little things that you do just work out beautifully. And that's really what I see your spirit guides trying to tell you. Not everything turns out to be as planned on paper. Sometimes we are surprised on how quickly things work and how amazing things happen. To the extent where other people would say, oh my God, how did you do that? And you would think to yourself, I don't know, it just happened. That's the energy really that I'm seeing here. So with all of these yellow cards, your spirit guides are telling you, be positive about it. Don't worry. And know that you're supposed to answer this call for a reason. You're supposed to begin something that speaks to your heart for a reason. You will see that you're going to get so much success, recognition, and maybe even popularity with this dream. It's just all about starting right away, creating some sort of ritual or routine, even if it's a simple one, because every little step that you take will result in major results, or will result in major manifestations, my dear pile number 3, that's for sure. And have fun while you're at it. It may look from the outside as heavy because you seem to have so many things going on in your life. But really, once you step into it, you're going to find that it's so much fun. It speaks to your inner child. It's exciting. It moves quickly with the Page of Wands here. Very quick, very fast energy. Fast in terms of results and that it's moving smoothly, running smoothly. So yeah, my dear pile number 3, this is a great encouragement from your spirit guides telling you to kindly heed the call for your sake to achieve that dream that's speaking to you, because before you know it, you'll find yourself shifting realities from feeling the heaviness of life to absolutely, do you see how the colors change here? Absolutely having a magnificent time in life, enjoying your life to the fullest, and along the way, achieving your dreams. Remember, this all begins with you. Once you take the time to think about it and decide to begin, you will change your life forever. And just like a skateboard, it's that initial push you take with your leg, and the skateboard just moves on its own very quickly. Every once in a while, you go, you give it another go, and it moves quickly, as opposed to taking every single step when walking, or even with cycling. It's a couple of pedals and it takes you further. That's the energy I'm seeing here. It needs this initial push from you, and you will be surprised at how strongly this moves forward for you, my dear pile number 3. I wish you all the best of luck from my heart with this dream that is calling for you. I promise you, it's gonna be super successful. My dear pile number 3. In fact, this is actually your guide's promise. They're so confident. Look at this King of Wands. Like, just go for it. I wish you the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 3. May you always be successful when it comes to achieving your dreams and your goals that speak to your heart. My dear pile number 3, may you always be blessed. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!